Hey guys, today we will explain how you can mount step by step the tank for the new 690. To get out the side panels, you need to press more or less in this area because there is a pin. So you press here, then you unhook here, you lift up here this area, and then you push to the front and it's out. Now you lift up the ignition cover, one side, other side. There are two pins again. Now you take out the plastic holders on both sides. Guys, now you need to take out this black plastic panel. There are a few bolts and screws you need to get out. So here from the front is one, here is second small, third, fourth, and here is again the pin, so you have to pull it out. To be able to get out the airbox, you need to remove this seat holder. Then you need to release the bolts that holds the airbox. Here is one, here is second. Then you take out the tube, and you have to do the same on the other side. Only difference is here is a cooler, so before you get to the bolts for the airbox, you need to take out the cooler. Now you need to get out the flange from the engine. Yeah. So first you need to release the sleeve, and then it's good to take some screwdriver or something similar, put it here and push this way, this airbox out. Now you take out the airbox, you lift it like this, you take out the sensor. Here is one tube, and here from the bottom is another tube. It goes down, so you need to release it also before you take the airbox out. You will need the original flange to take out because you will use it later for the small airbox. So release the sleeve and take it out. Don't be surprised, it's pretty long, yeah, so you need to use a little bit of force to get it out. And here you need this gouge for the heat sensor. So again, take these screws out, you will need it later. Now you mount the sensor holder into the small airbox with the OEM bolts. Now you take the original flange and you have to insert it into small airbox. Yeah, to be able to do it, it's good to squeeze it like this, put it inside, to push it there a little bit, and then make sure it is here well centered, yeah, against the line. Now the small airbox is ready to be inserted into the bike. Before, make sure you have the sensor here, make sure you have the tube here, and the tube goes in this area. Also, when you're inserting the airbox, here is the fuel line going from the main tank to the injection, and there is a quick release. So just make sure when you are inserting the airbox, you don't open the quick release with this sensor. Yeah, it's close to each other, so sometimes it's causing troubles when people by accident open the quick release, so be careful about that. Now we can install the air filter. It's pre-oiled, so it's crispy. From inside you put the cage, from outside the frame. Here are the battery holders, so you need to push a little bit and back down, and then you take two M5 bolts and you tight it to the small airbox. When the airbox is it's on, then you need to line the venting from the crankshaft and the venting from the SAS. Now you need to connect the venting to the SAS. It's a little bit tricky because the diameter of the tube is a little bit smaller than the output. So you need to take a lighter and heat up a little bit the tube, put it on to make it easier. Release the bolt here, take it a little bit out as much as possible, it's not much, heat it up, put it on, and then take it out and then connect to the T. Yeah, if you start with the T and then try to fit it in, it's more difficult than to start here and then connect the T. Yeah. Now we install the tank holder. Here are from each side two bolts. This one is secured by the nut, and the second one uses the thread in the frame, so then they keep nice balance. Guys, now we are adding the heat foil. Many of our customers ride in an area like deserts where it's extremely high temperatures, so we decided to add the heat protection for the tank. Yeah, so you will get such heat foil. Yeah, it's with sticker, so actually you just peel it off and then you can stick on. Yeah, it's fairly easy. You always need to be centered this way. Yeah, and here good point is this corner has to go in this area. Yeah, so if you manage to take these two, so then you're there. Okay. One more. I made a mistake. Yeah, I cut the hole too early, so I think it will be better if you don't cut the hole before, but you cut it just after you finish or just before you finishing the sticking of the heat foil. Yeah, put it back, tight it like this, and make sure the O-ring sits in a place. And actually, you can tight it like this just with your hands. Yeah, because here is kind of dense. So you can always take a knife. Yeah, and to make it one line. Like me now. Yeah, to be able to fit the tank cover, you need first to get out this rubber grommet. You turn it like this and you push through. Yeah, and then you have to find it inside, and then you replace with thread inserts. Yeah, you put it on both sides to be able to put the cover on later. Now you can insert the tank. Before you do it, just make sure you have the full line. It's way easier to get it there right now, and also put it through the tubes and the frame outside, and then insert the tank. The last stage is to connect the main tank. Yeah, so first you take out the mudguard, and then here are 4 bolts. You take them out, and you take out the cover of the fuel pump. Yeah, be careful. There are a lot of wires. Yeah. And the fuel pump is very expensive. Just take it like this, then take a small screwdriver, and here are such a small pins. Yeah, so take one inside and the other side. Then you can take the top cover, and you can take out also the low cover. Now you have to insert the spacer. From top goes the O-ring. Here is the OEM O-ring. Here is the banjo bolt. Don't tight, keep it flexible. Put here the fuel tube already, and here against the banjo bolt we drilled a hole, the diameter about 8 millimeters. Yeah, but could be 9 or 10, whatever you need. And then carefully put the O-ring down here, so it sits there well. Yeah, here make sure that the pins are there locked again. The top is locked, and carefully again put it inside, and then use our long M5 bolts to secure the fuel pump. Yeah, don't over tight. Yeah, make sure just catch all 4 first, and then slowly finger tight, and then tight more. Yeah. Now you need to connect the both tanks together through the petcock. So here is the OEM, here goes some OEM holder. So, but you need to use the spacer and longer M6x30 bolt. Yeah, so you connect it here, and then you connect the tubes, one sleeve, second sleeve. Just position it in a way it doesn't scratch your frame or something. Yeah. Then you need to get it back to the spacer, and you tight this bolt. Again, tight it, but don't over tight, yeah, because it goes into the aluminum spacer.